welcome back to Voiceover Startup. I'm Jeremy, and take just a minute to click on that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and click on the like button. Today, I'm going to share with you the 4 signs of a bad voiceover coach. Now, one thing you'll notice if you're doing some research on YouTube or wherever about starting a voiceover career, there are tons of voiceover coaches out there. A lot of them are on YouTube. I've mentioned some of them. Some I really like. Bill DeWeese, I'm a big fan of. He's a voiceover coach. So when I talk about coaches, I'm talking about the people that actually are selling their wares. They're trying to get people to buy in to their voiceover coaching. And I'm sure there's some good ones, but I've come up with 4 warning signs, 4 things that as you are starting your voiceover career and you might be thinking of using one of these voiceover coaches, here are 4 warning signs that you need to be aware of. The first one, do they make most of their money from actual voiceovers or from coaching? You deserve proof of that before you pay someone for voiceover coaching. Do they actually make money doing voiceovers, or do they just make money coaching people? If you find out that they make most of their money from coaching, I think that's a red flag. I'd move on. Number 2, do they lament freelance sites? Do they talk about how Fiverr and Upwork and freelancer.com are ruining the industry because of cheap voiceovers? Then that's a warning sign. You need to move on, because that says a lot about them. Which leads me to the third point. They're kind of related here. Do they have an old school model? If they're lamenting about freelancer sites, Fiverrs, those types of things, they have an old school mentality. They are akin to the companies that manufactured carriages for horse and buggy days when the internal combustion engine came along. Oh, they hated that because it was a threat to their business. Same thing. If they are opposed to these freelancer sites, if they are opposed to the new landscape, they're old school. They haven't adjusted. They haven't realized that the market has changed. There is so much opportunity out there. COVID-19 means even more opportunity. And if you have a voiceover coach who misses that, they're behind the curve. You need to move on. And the 4th warning sign of a bad voiceover coach is, how do they make you feel when you watch their free stuff on YouTube? After you've listened to them, do you feel encouraged or discouraged? Do you feel motivated, like, I can do this, I know I can do this? Or do you feel like, I'm never going to be able to do this, there's too many hoops to jump through, and I'm never going to be successful if I don't pay this lady to be my voiceover coach? If that's the vibe you get from them, run away. Avoid it. Now, as I mentioned, there's some good voiceover coaches out there, I'm sure, but there's also some crappy ones. And I've seen a few videos from these people that offer voiceover coaching that just from a human relations standpoint, a leadership standpoint, which I know a little bit about, they're terrible. Why would you want to give money to those people? We are in the information age. There are so many things and resources available out there that don't cost anything. I would think long and hard before you ever pay money to any voiceover coach. But if you decide one is worth it, make sure they don't exhibit any of these 4 signs that we've just talked about. And here's the good thing about me, right? Everything I tell you is worth every cent you pay me. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute and do so. And we'll see you next time on Voiceover Startup. Bye-bye.